What's going on, guys? Mr. God here, bringing you Corbacraft news. I believe it's 6.0 now. Yeah, so that's kind of exciting. So today's Corbacraft news, we're going to touch on quite a few topics, and hopefully I'm gonna keep it quick. I've made this one about 3 times now, and they've all been like over 10 minutes. So anyways, I'm going to jump into it here. First topic on hand, Easter. So we're doing an Easter event today. When this is released, I believe it's going to be today. Yeah. So Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern, Easter event on the event server. So get in on that, guys, because the event team has formed a pretty awesome event. I believe it's some sort of Easter egg hunt type situation, and it's pretty neat. I saw the build, and the build's looking good. Everything's looking good with it. So while we're on the topic of Easter, let's go ahead and talk about some other important news regarding this. So I am happy to announce we're having our first Corba Plus seasonal crate. This is something I intended to do about 2 months back, but then we got bombarded with a bunch of players, which is awesome. And we had to, but however, we had to take some time. We had to push Corba Plus editions back a bit so we can make some adjustments and increase our player count and decrease the lag and make all this kind of, and a couple staff team adjustments and stuff like that. And but now we're kind of to a point to where we have all these new roles and stuff. And with staff team, I can finally focus on, pushing stuff forward again, which is awesome. And I'm excited for this because I've never been really able to push stuff forward as much as I have been at this current moment. I'll explain that kind of later in this Corbacraft news. But let's talk about it. So the Easter crate is what we're adding for Corba Plus members. On Sunday, starting this Sunday, which is Easter, until the upcoming, like the next Sunday, there's going to be an Easter crate on the server. Any Corba Plus members can do a one-time command of /kit space Easter for 8 Easter crate keys. Now, how they spend these crate keys is totally up to them. They can totally just sell them off to players that want them, or they can spend them on their own and use them for themselves. Now, what makes this Easter crate so unique and so different? Now, the Easter crate has a bunch of collectible items in it, guys, and each item has a specific chance of actually dropping. The Easter crate is the year 1 crate, which I'll explain in a minute. And each item in it is a collectible, like I said. Well, I shouldn't say each, but there's a lot of collectible items in it. So everyone that enjoys, the collecting the staff heads and whatnot, well, here's another thing for you guys to collect that is much more difficult to get your hands on. And however, it is much more unique and it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing. So it's the year 1 Easter crate, which means this is the year 1 collection. Now, next year, Easter time, we're going to release the year 2 collection of the Easter crate. And the year 2 items will be marked Y2. The year 1 items are marked Y1, etc., etc., etc. So it's it kind of adds this layer of uniqueness, rarity, and value to these items. So say you get, let's say there's a bunny egg or something like that. Say you get the Easter bunny egg, and next year that isn't in the crate and it's a year 1 collectible that you have. Well, that value of the year 1 bunny egg is going to go up tremendously, and it's going to be awesome. One of the things I want to do with this, create some sort of database so you guys can kind of, browse these items that are in the game and are on the server and kind of just collect them. And I just think it's a really cool, neat idea. That's something I would have really enjoyed. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. I really like the idea of collectibles. It's super fun, super unique, and whatnot. Now, this is kind of a test run, however. So we're going to make adjustments to these seasonal crates. So, for example, there might be another one, hint, hint, in the first week of June or something, maybe even sooner, maybe a little bit later. And we'll do another season, year 1 crate for, Corba Plus people, and it'll be the same situation, /kit, blah, 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 you get it. But yeah, that's kind of a test run. Now, this is one of the first additions to Corba Plus we made post adding the rank. I have another humongous edition coming here, hopefully within the next few weeks. It's being made right now, and it should be done being made by next week. Once it's finished being made, I'm going to have to take some time, make some adjustments to it, and it should be probably about ready in 2 to 3 weeks, I hope. Now, don't quote me on that, but it's a very big, awesome new feature that it will require its own Corbacraft news. And actually, I might end up making a video series for my YouTube channel on it of me using it. It's super cool, super unique to Corbacraft, and it's just overall, I'm in love with the idea and just kind of like where it was born from and whatnot. Now, moving on. So one of the things I mentioned at the beginning was we redid a bunch of things as a staff team. For example, we had 2 new roles, community managers. We added a production team, and we got a new build manager, and kind of organized the way the build team works. Community managers, essentially, they are kind of the people that work as a relay between the community you play on. So if you're on Orion, Josh is your relay. And if you're on Alex, Whitney's your relay. They work as a relay as information to me. So if I have some concerns like, hey, what's going on in Alex lately? Well, Whitney will bring them to me and talk to me about them, and so on and so forth, and vice versa for Josh. Another thing we've added with that is these bi-weekly news posts. So if you notice on the forums, whenever you go to the forums page now, the first thing you'll see is the new Corbacraft news section. It's not to be confused with this news. However, it's kind of like where announcements go for new features that have been added that are more drastic. So for example, I believe I have an Easter crate announcement up there and whatnot, which is pretty neat. However, each community manager bi-weekly will be doing a post for their server that they are the community manager of. So this upcoming Monday actually is Josh's first community manager post. I'm excited to see it, guys. I'm hoping this is something you guys enjoy. It's going to be kind of super unique and kind of super fun. And the idea, it's going to be something that's going to be adjusted here and there as time goes on until we find kind of a comfortable way of, Josh can do this without being too stressed, and it's still a great piece of content, and I'm excited for it. It's going to be really cool. And Whitney will also do one for Alex, obviously. Now it's a bi-weekly post, so they kind of alternate weeks. So this week's is Josh for Orion's. The following week is Whitney's for Alex. So stay tuned for that, guys. Make sure you check the forums for that. I'm super excited about it. It's a really cool thing that we've added, and I'm just super excited. Now, another thing we added is our production team. Our production team essentially adds new features to the server. So we're actually working on one for the hub right now. I don't want to talk too much about, but some of you may be aware of it. However, they work on, producing new features for the server and kind of adding on to, I don't know, it's a really cool team. Like, I give them a goal of something I want to add that's not super complex, but still has a layer of complexity and creativity that's involved that is that requires more than one person, and they go and they accomplish it. They work closely with me, and they work very close together. It's just an awesome team. I'm super excited about that team. It's relatively small right now, which is kind of perfect how we have it. There's no real leader of that team. It's not really intended to be one of those situations. And then we also have the way the build team's remade. This is something I'm super excited about, guys, because in the past we really had a reactive approach to our build team. For example, they didn't really build unless they're given a project by someone else, such as the event team member or an admin or whatnot. But now we've reformatted the build team to where it's no longer a reactive approach. We are now taking a proactive approach, which means the build team manager, which is Fate now, he will find projects for the build team whenever there's some downtime and there's not many projects around. So it's kind of keeping our build team skills up to date. We're getting to put our skills to use, getting some new creativity flow going on, whatnot. And it's really cool. Like, we have some events just kind of being made out of random, which is awesome, what I want to see. We have, some parkours that we're working on replacing, such as the in parkour and so on and so forth. And just some really cool features. And he and his team are working close with Shay to provide some content for our Instagram as well as our Twitter. So I'm super excited for this whole kind of path and direction the server's going right now. Anyways, guys, I want to try to sum it up here now. We have a lot of new things coming to Corbacraft. I'm excited about. We have some super exciting things for Easter, and we have some things planned for beyond. I have tons of ideas myself that I kind of want to put into place, and I'm actually working on developing a couple plugins myself for the server that are super unique to the server now that I have a lot more time, and so on and so forth. The staff team has been remarkable. The community has been remarkable. Everyone has been doing great. Everyone's working together. Everyone understands that we are here as a friendly community. We're here to work together, not, Corbacraft's become this place, this community where everyone's nice. Everyone's just cool. Everyone gets along, and that's an amazing thing. That's ultimately the best thing you could ask for in a Minecraft server or any sort of gaming community whatsoever, is a place to escape, and that's kind of what we've come to format, and I absolutely love it. Anyways, guys, if you have any new suggestions for a server, post them in the forums, not the comments. Post them in the forums or Discord, preferably the forums. It's much easier for me to read. And if you have any questions or comments or anything you just feel like talking about or putting in, even if it's a suggestion here, you can put it in the comments below. I'll read it. I'll do my best to reply. And that's all I got, guys. So stay safe, stay healthy, stay inside. However, get your exercise. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Have a good one, guys and girls. Stop.